All right. So hopefully you guys watched the first one, making the folders and stuff like that. So now this particular one, we're going to focus on these four commands: echo, create files, copy, move files, and delete files. So again, here I left the folder structure from the previous video. So if you haven't made them, here's the commands to walk you through to create these. So again, we're going to start with cd backslash to the root so we can get to where we need to go. And again, if you need to create these folders, go ahead and pause the video for a moment and then go ahead and copy those. And this is, I'm presuming all of this is being done on a Windows machine. So long as you are running a Windows machine in a VM environment or whatever, these commands will work. All right. So again, we're going to use cd to go into the data folder. So this way, if I make any mistakes, again, you can do cd backslash, but it's always good to practice proper spacing. All right, there we go. So let's talk about the echo command. So echo is designed to take something that you're going to use the word, let's take the word hello, if I can spell. There we go. So the echo command is designed for a DOS batch script that says, okay, I want to display some data onto the screen for somebody to validate or answer a question. So that's what echo is used for. So now I'm just going to up arrow, and then if I'm going to use the greater than, so the Pac-Man symbol, and what this will allow me to do is create a text file. So just to prove my point here real quick, DR, you can see there's no files. So now I'm going to just up arrow, and now I'm going to call it data.text. Now that was rewarded with no message, so that means, all right, it did it. So again, dir, and there we go. We can see we have our HR sales folder like we had here earlier. And here now we can see we have our data.txt file. And one more command I'm going to share, and that is type. So just going to type in an example, data.text. There you go. You can see what's inside the text document, which is the word hello. So just to prove my point, by using the echo hello, because that's what we want to echo to the screen, with the greater than redirects it, and we're telling it to dump it to this file. So it's dumping it, if you notice, it dumped it into the folder where we're at. So if I wanted to make this file somewhere else, so let's up arrow, and let's say I now change the path. So I can say c:\data\HR, and just to prove, we're going to call it data1. There we go. Do dir, it's not there. If I do a cd hr and do a dir, there we go. We can see that we created the file. So again, remember when you're looking at this, again, like when you're using the greater than, you can use the current path, currently where you're at, or spell out the whole path where you're at. All right, so that's good for a copy or for echo. And type just basically just dumps the data from a text document to the screen. Very simple. All right, so so we have our data. So we're gonna use copy. So copy has two parts. It has a source and destination. So here, I'm just going to type in the word data1.text. Okay, so there's my source. What am I copying? And from where? So, because remember, look at, I am in the data/HR folder, so that's where I'm at. So if I was not in that same folder, I would have to spell out the path, and we'll do some examples of that in a moment. So now I'm just going to say, let's copy to sales. So we should be able to go dot dot, and then sales. There we go. So now if I go cd dot dot slash sales and do a dir, there we go. We can see we have now a duplicate of this file. So again, now let's say I want to grab the data file that was in the data folder and copy to the sales. So I can literally do copy backslash data backslash data dot text and then hit enter. And now I do a dir and there we go. So the difference in this command is I'm telling it where the file is. So that's the beginning part, is telling it, hey, here's where the file is. Here's my source. Because I left the destination blank is because I want to copy it into where I'm standing or in this folder. So that's why we had to do that, or I could get away with doing that. So these commands, when you're using like an example, copy and move, they work the same way. It's, it's relative, or it's a whole path, or it can be both, so it can be relative where I'm at, my source, or my destination can be relative, and then the other would be my full path, if that makes sense. So again, I can do, let's go into the one directory, and again, now I can do copy, and because the data is not where I'm at, and I want to copy this to HR1, I have to do the full path for both. So I can do :C: backslash data slash sales slash data dot text to :C: backslash data slash HR slash 1. And then I just up arrow to grab the second file and do that. Yes, we can do a wildcard, but right now I'm just focusing on these commands, and then we'll get separately into a wildcard. So that's how we would copy multiple files. We would use a wildcard that we could have just copied all of these, but I'm going to focus that into the next video of this. I just want to give you some solid, examples on how you can do this. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy and paste these into the text document so you have that. So when I upload these videos, you will have kind of a little bit of the notes what I've done. All right, so let's try move. So the difference is move is going to delete the file from where it's at into the destination. And like an example, like cut and paste. All right, so let's go ahead and do a dir and see what files we have here. See, we have none, so we're going to go cd dot dot. And again, we're going to do a dir. We should see those. Okay. All right, so now we can move. So we're going to type in move data to :C: backslash data slash sales slash 1. And again, I got to remember to type in the complete file name. There we go. So now if I do dir, you can see that data file is gone. So if I up arrow and add 1, you see now it shows that it's moved. You want to do a dir again. All right, so let me do a clear screen and just do cd1 and do a dir. And there we go. So again, when you're doing the move command, it's the same thing like with the echo and things like that. So you have to have, or like I should take that back. It's more like copy. Again, it's from where to where. Where are you at relatively to where you're at? because we could do a whole path, we could do short name. Works the same way as like the examples I showed you with copy. So I could have done, so let's just type it out long ways as an example. I could have done move C:\\\data, and then under sales, and then data dot text to colon, just to show two different ways of writing it out. Again, sales 1. So I could have done this either way. I could have done with the C: here or without. Again, it's just, here's the whole path. This is the absolute path, drive from the drive letter to the root to the subfolders to the actual file. Here I'm just saying we're not changing drives, we're in the same drive. So I'm in the C drive currently. So again, go to the root, go to the folder called sales, and go to 1. So I could have done this, I could have done slash without the C:, or I could have done the C:. So those are the 3 ways you could do it. So I could have done this way, C:, that way, and this way in the other one where I just moved from the file to the other one. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. And delete just works the same way. So let me, again, we're just going to go into this directory, do a dir. There we go. So we can just type in del data, and we got to remember the extension text. There we go, dir. Again, gone. Now I could have done it differently. I could do del, again, slash data slash sales slash 1 slash data 1 dot text. And there we go. Now, as the example, the second example is showing where you're deleting a file that you are not currently in that directory. Because the first example, the file is in the same directory as me. The second is I want to delete a file that I'm not in the same directory, and that's how you would do it. And then let's just up arrow, or let me just clear the screen real quick. And I could have done this as well. That would have been saying that, hey, I'm not in the C drive, but I'm in another drive letter, do it this way. Or I could have just done it regardless, I was in the C drive. So those are a couple different ways I wanted to show how those all work. So that's kind of it. I mean, there's some more stuff in directories. Is just, again, you can do dir /?, and there are some things you can change the order. You can sort by alphabet extensions, by file names, by sizes, by dates. Kind of nice. When they were last accessed, when they were last written. So it's good. This is a very powerful tool. And here's another option I really like, is the /s. Display files in that particular directory and all subdirectories, which is kind of cool. So I'll show that in the next video when we tackle wildcards. I'll show, kind of using that little option there, how it's kind of nice. All right, gang. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Bye.